Hello to all and welcome to your September 9th through to the 10th of 2025 spiritual advice reading. I'm Josie K and we're going to start out with the Lenormand deck by Ciro Marchetti. So we have a waning gibbous moon. We're still in that time of reflection and releasing. But we now have this moon in Aries where there is going to come some form of excitement after creativity. There is going to be, of course, a nudge from Spirit with that exciting Aries energy to slow down and think things through. Kind of what we talked about during the September 8th video reading as well. So, dear Lord, Spirit Guides and Angels, please bless whoever needs to hear this information most with clearly defined messages of spiritual advice for September 9th and 10th of 2025. So we're starting out on the 9th with indecision between one path versus another. In the thoughts position, we have the snake energy. So there is some form of lies, deception, temptation on the minds of this person or people. So someone's being tempted and is contemplating one path versus another. Now, in the relationship sector, we do have a meeting or negotiation. And in the creative aspects position, we've got a female who is being guided to remain patient. Now, this card is right above her, right? So she's thinking about one path versus another. And in the thoughts position, I think she is well aware of lies and deception or temptation here. She may be thinking about meeting or negotiating with the snake. So, of course, Spirit's saying in the actions position, it is important to research a situation. So the 9th and 10th, I guess, are not a time to take action, but to research a situation before taking action. Now, emotionally, we have the dog energy. So there is a nudge from Spirit to continue to devote yourself to the path that is the correct one. Subconsciously, there is this thought of cutting away very quickly and swiftly from one path or connection to go into the direction of another. I can tell you what I see here is that emotionally there's some form of devoted energy to this female, but she's thinking about lies and deception. She's thinking about meeting up with someone here and eventually cutting away from a very devoted person or situation. Yeah, so now in the day-to-day aspects position, we have a business or organization. So for some, we do have a female here in the creative aspects position who is working to create a new direction in the area of a business or organization, which is good. She's saying, you know what? Someone deceived me in the area of a business or organization. Therefore, I'm going to meet up and connect with another or others so that I can cut away from those who were not devoted to me. So financially, someone recognizes that someone else wasn't being honest and truthful. And now she is taking action to research who or what she should devote herself to. And who's devoted to her? This woman has been through a lesson. Okay, she has been dealing with negative people, negative situations, and it has taught her to rise above and become stronger. Now, in the inner strengths position, we do have a masculine who's kind of waiting here. He's looking at this business or organization. He's recognizing some form of great change, and he's sitting on this falseness. Someone is recognizing that he made a mistake. He was not truthful and honest, and now he's getting his juju. Now I do have a female here who is being guided to research a connection with a soulmate, right? This is the devoted masculine I was talking about earlier. He's looking at how hard he has worked. He's holding a rose And it's like he's giving it to her, but she's kind of just looking at a situation and is not appreciating it. 3-card summary. So we saw this type of energy, I want to say, within the last week for this female. We have a female who's thinking about communicating with a specific person, who is thinking about a commitment, partnership, contract, who is passionate about home and family, but she's alone in this picture waiting for some form of change. That's why she's thinking about one path versus another. She could be the female that's waiting on a path in relation to a business or organization. Now I am seeing the coffin energy and divine timing. I think what Spirit is saying is that when it comes to lies, deception, temptation, Spirit's going to help for this female to bring a situation to an end. Because they're saying that in the relationship sector, if she goes off and she meets up and connects with the snake, she's going to cause for herself the energies of the mountain. Obstacles and challenges. She's going to recognize anyway that Spirit is going to cut away very quickly and swiftly from anything that is not good for her. Yep, she's trying to decipher one path versus another. And Spirit's trying to bring this beautiful, magical, golden compass, direction, signs of direction, to go away from sly, cunning, or manipulative people or situations. I think Spirit is saying, regardless, it's very, very important at this time to look at a commitment. Again, I'm feeling like there's a very devoted masculine, but the female is not appreciating what he's trying to bring. And that's why Spirit is telling her to research something a little bit longer before taking any action. Yeah, it's like she knows that he has the devotion of the dog, but she's still wanting to go into the direction of the snake. Now, in the subconscious position, there may be meetings and negotiations taking place in the area of money, finance, and career for a particular female. And the reason those things are happening in the business section is because of the difficulties that were taking place. So eventually, this female who's been through it in the area of business will be confirming via her own self that she cut away very quickly and swiftly from a masculine, a business or organization, and now she is indeed meeting up with those who by which she's going to see long-term stability and security. Yep. So Spirit is trying to guide a particular female into the direction of a higher, better situation in the area of a business or organization. Someone is still feeling stuck or trapped. They're waiting for further clarity. I do see again regarding money. Feeling burdened and hopeful at the same time, but anxious because of a snake. Okay, so I'm getting two stories here. In the area of love and romance, this female is being warned not to go into the direction of temptation because there will be obstacles. There will be difficulty. Now, I do see a female as well who was tied to a masculine in the area of a business or organization who was there were lies and deception. And now she has learned from the difficulties and is now going into the direction of devoted people, of long-term stability and security. Kind words, messages, offers, and opportunities. Yeah. So I'm getting a couple things from this masculine in the inner strengths position. I think this is the strength to avoid a temptation, which is a masculine who's kind of waiting. But I also feel like there's a masculine who's kind of waiting for this female to make up her mind, because there is indecision about a soulmate connection taking place. Yeah, there's like attention and recognition, but a need to be careful when it comes to taking a risk where there is only confusion right now. So let's dig a little deeper, shall we? To do so, I'm going to bring in the Gilded Tarot deck by Ciro Marchetti. Now, this could be the same female. This could be a different female. I also see a masculine who is thinking about traveling into the direction of a business or organization where there's a new opportunity, an opportunity that is very tempting, though it may be at a distance. But at some point, you're going to receive, this masculine's going to receive good news and be signing on the dotted line after researching this direction for a period of time. Yeah. Things will become clear because of some communication for that masculine. So again, we do have a female here who is conflicted, who feels like she wants to make a decision, but that decision is very difficult. Now, this could involve someone who has strong air in their chart, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. But regardless, Spirit is saying take off that blindfold and look at one path versus the other and do what Jesus would do. Now, in the thoughts position, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my. So there is some form of temptation and a karmic situation where you could cause an ending. Spirit's been talking about this for a while. Be careful of temptation that causes indecision, because there will be an ending to something very good in your life if you make this bad choice. In the relationship sector, we have the Pisces energy of the moon. So Spirit is saying remain hopeful. I think they're talking especially to a female here who's been through it, right? There were connections in relation to a masculine, I feel, where there were obstacles and challenges in the area of business. And now Spirit is telling this female to remain hopeful, because there will come business meetings and negotiations where there is an awareness of long-term stability unfolding. Now, in the creative aspects position, we have someone who feels, and again, I'm feeling a female here, that you've worked really, really hard to get to where you're at, and at times you're thinking about, should I stay or should I go? And that's why Spirit is saying research something a little bit longer. The 9th and the 10th of September is not a good idea to take a chance, because there's some sly, cunning behavior here. Take some rest and think things through is a strong message for the 9th and the 10th of September. Yeah, because someone here may be receiving kind words and messages from someone who's at a distance and or may be acting a bit distant. That could tempt this female to walk away from a situation where there's devotion. There's a strong temptation taking place here. And that's why Spirit's saying with the book, take action during the 9th and 10th of September to research a situation. You know, don't take action, but observe it a little bit longer. Why? Because there is confusion when it comes to a soulmate connection. Emotionally, we have the Magician. Yep. So someone's coming in here to manipulate the mind of this female, and she is ready to hop, skip, and jump and go into the direction of this manipulation. She is going forward away from an energy of devotion. And this masculine is like, what is she doing? Who is the snake that is tempting her? Subconsciously, we have the sword of truth. Oh my. So this is during these next couple days where there is a state of confusion or hard decisions to be made. The truth will come. This is a time of waiting for the truth. This is a time as well, with the Ace of Swords as a gift from the universe, to eventually recognize that a path of victory has been handed to you. And with this double-edged sword, there will now be the cutting away, right, like this, from who or what no longer serves you, going instead into the direction of greater stability and security, traveling physically or metaphorically into the direction of a business or organization that is good, that is better than the one she was recently in. So we do have Libras here. This could be a strong message for Libras who are in a state of confusion. Again, with air, it could be Gemini or Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Be careful to only manifest what is in your highest, best good. Don't walk away from something that is good, and that's a relationship thing. Now, business-wise, if you've been through it, someone was dishonest, non-truthful, know that Spirit's giving you the hope to connect, meet up, and negotiate with someone who will help for you to go down a much better path, a more prosperous path. Now, I do feel there is, I don't know if this is a marriage situation with the Justice card or two people who are in a commitment. This masculine is looking at this female. She's got a blindfold on, right? She's indecisive about some form of decision. And he's waiting here with a rose saying, what do you want? So no matter what sign you are, if you are indecisive about a commitment because you're being tempted elsewhere, there is a strong sign of caution. And that's why Spirit's saying use the magician energy to manifest change in the area of a business or organization, to focus on what you can control, what is clear to you right now. Oh my. Yeah, because in a 3-card summary, Spirit's saying now's the time to celebrate your accomplishments, the things you've been working towards in the area of home, family, or business. Because there could come some very passionate communication, but Spirit's saying that cup will be empty. So this temptation is going to go nowhere. But when it comes to researching opportunities in relation to your skills and talents, Spirit's giving someone here the courage to make a decision to go down a higher, better path of business and business associates. Yep. One path was long and difficult, and now Spirit's bringing the Popular World card in, saying we are going to help the collective who make positive, good decisions bring difficulty or confusion to a successful completion, to open up a portal to a better direction. So we have a very spiritual, motherly, nurturing Empress energy, or just Spirit assisting the collective with the major arcana, the Empress, giving birth to great things, home, family, and business, knowing that slowly but surely with the Knight of Pentacles, prosperity is on its way. I do see a passionate masculine who is fearing an ending and heartache. Yeah, this temptation is going to be very immature. But it is going to, if it hasn't already, see, there's so many blindfolds around these females' eyes that they aren't looking at the situation correctly. Remember, the 8 of Swords is a figment of your imagination. You are not stuck or trapped. Spirit is saying take some time to rest and really look at the situation for what it truly is. Yeah, because someone may come in quick and unexpectedly and confuse someone else here when it comes to a path of love. And there's good news regarding money. Spirit's been talking a lot about this. If you make a bad decision, then you darken your aura and you repel all the wonderful things that Spirit's trying to bring in the area of money, finance, and career. If you make a good choice, so many great things are going to develop. Confusion about the direction. There's a celebration, prosperity, and a soulmate connection after difficulty. Realizing that indeed you're on the right path. You're with the right person. Your mind went somewhere else and it shouldn't have, but that temptation was happening for a reason, and that's for you to recognize how far you have come. Unexpected wish fulfillment. Marriage, commitment, partnership. So I feel like this Queen of Swords could be Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, or someone who is very clear with their truth and boundaries. She really does want, with the Taurus energy of the Hierophant, marriage, commitment, partnership, right? She's looking over here and she's hoping for kind words, messages, offers, opportunity. But she needs to really research something so that she doesn't walk away from that which is good. Yeah, someone's crying over spilt milk, hoping that someone is better, the grass is greener. But what they're going to find out is that this person is a cold, closed off person. They're just coming in here to play. Spirit's saying leave those worries and concerns behind, because you could put a lot of pressure on another here and they will very quickly walk away into a life that's so much better, leaving you focused on a temptation tied to the past. Oh, God. All right, I am going to close with a message from the Archangel Michael Sword of Light deck. Good news, good things coming in the area of money, finance, career, as long as you give thanks to those you currently have in your life path journey. It all comes down to divine timing. New paths are unfolding. New doorways are opening. Spirit's saying this is it. The time to take action is now. Archangel Michael will be here with you every step of the way, making sure that you make the right decisions with the karmic wheel of fortune. Have hope and trust that now meetings and negotiations are going to bring great abundance into your life. And Spirit's saying, welcome this abundance. Trust that this prosperity is on its way to you, and have faith that Source or Spirit will heal your financial challenges or concerns. Spirit's saying the collective is in a perfect energetic space in this number 9 year, going into a number 1 year of 2026 for manifesting miracles. Allow for your wishes to be fulfilled. For change is coming. Things will not be the same. And Archangel Michael is here to guide you through a very exciting transformation, a spiritual evolution, a time of joyous opportunities should you continue to make the highest, best decisions on your behalf and on the behalf of those who love you. So take control of those thoughts should a temptation arrive. For your thoughts, create your reality. Have faith and stay focused on the outcome that you really truly desire for yourself and your life. All right, so should these messages have resonated for you in some way and you have further questions about your own personal journey and or would just like a general reading, feel free to write me for a personal reading via my email, which is JosieK42@gmail.com. I offer 4 1/2-hour video readings, and they are a 1-month, 3-month, 6-month, or yearly reading, and my price list will be in the box below this video, along with the beautiful comment section. I am now offering the summer special, which is a 15-minute, 1-month video reading for just $25 if you'd like to give that a try. So thank you to those of you who have come to me for the summer special and who have returned for additional spiritual advice. Thank you for your trust and for your support. Thank you for your likes, your shares, and those subscribes. And most importantly, I want to say a super big thank you to those of you who have continued to donate to this channel to keep it up and running day to day. Take care. God